Previously on Detour.
Okay, now we're gonna find out what it takes to actually make a hot spring. We're gonna get ready to go underground to see what makes one. It's very, very hot in here. And as you see it dripping on the ceiling, it's actually leaving minerals underneath. Look at this.
Hanging out in something like this is actually good for you, and it's very, very relaxing. So, if you don't mind, I'm gonna relax a little bit longer.
Alright! Nami diri sa Barangay Mainit in Compostela Valley. This is the smallest volcano I've ever seen in the Philippines. Bali, it's not a volcano spewing out lava, it's a volcano spewing out hot water. Bali, it's a sulfuric hot spring where ito yung kwan, sa una, nabukal kani kay naigawas mga aso-aso tungod init kayo ng tubig. Pero as it's gotten taller, it's actually started to cause it to cool, which has made it so that the water is unable to come all the way up to the surface. Merong gamay kayo ng tubig gawas diri sa taas, pero if you look around us here, daghan kayo mga hot springs na gawas gikan sa lalom sa yuta na aso daw tungod sa init ng yuta. Now there's parts of the stream na sagon ng tubig, na init ng tubig, na sagon na bugnaw ng tubig. The areas that have gikan sa hot spring, lahi ang color tungod sa fresh water ng springs. So we're going to show you some of those other areas here. Now, ito yung area hasn't been so much touched yet tungod sa tao sa develop, pero naana igod jud gikan sa basura o mga flash floods gikan sa taas. So hopefully this will be an area that is preserved. Kay first time jud nakita ko inani kagagmay ng volcano sa Pilipinas.
In volcanic areas like with the Agco Hot Springs, water is heated when it comes in contact with magma. Sometimes when water is heated enough in this process, it builds up steam pressure and erupts to the surface. This is what we call a geyser. However, if the water comes out of the surface as steam, it is called a fumarole. While if it erupts together with mud and clay, it is called a mud pot. It is also important to note that hot springs in volcanic areas are often at near boiling point, and many people have been killed because of this.
Ah, you feel the steam coming up. It's fully eating the skin. Now, if you look at these nodules here on the side, this water is perting kainit kayo. Now, oh wow. As this water comes around, as it gets closer to the surface, it actually starts to deposit minerals on the top of it. Now this one right here, this leaf, I'm gonna actually pull it out to show you. These right here, look at this. This is still soft. These are leaves and seed pods that have been covered by the minerals. Now this one, oh man, that's hot. This one right here has actually started, if we were to dry this out in the sun, this would actually harden up because it's covered by all those minerals. So given more time, that will actually turn into a rock and become a fossil. This is the way fossils are formed. You have something like that fall in, it's covered by these minerals, and then as time goes on, it keeps covering it, and the minerals actually replace the carbon that's in there and makes a fossil imprint of what that leaf looked like. So if in 50 to 100 years from now we were to come back here and actually crack open these layers, there would be fossils in these layers, and yet they're not even old, they're just now being made. This one in fact still has the green leaves, and yet it's already starting to be covered by these minerals. This is caused as the water drips up on it and then rubs around it. These areas harden, it's not a straight line. In fact, it has an undercut underneath of it. But like I said, this water is super, super hot. Now, the other cool thing is because of the sulfur content in the water, whew, that's hot. If you were to actually leave this ring in the water for a while, it would actually turn the ring black because of the sulfur content. Enjoy the steam. It's like a spa. See that one over there? That right there is another leak that's been covered up by it. Guys, I got a blister from it. That is. So, let's be careful. Let's turn around, head out. I am really starting to sweat here.
Hot springs are called onsen in Japan. To qualify as hot springs in Japan, it should discharge water from underground at over 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. If it is under 25 degrees Celsius, its water should at least have one of 19 elements such as hydrogen ion. There are several different kinds of onsen that gives different benefits to humans. Simple hot springs, its water is about 25 degrees and the mineral composition within 1 kilo of water adds up to less than 1,000 milligrams. Carbon dioxide hot springs, this is where in 1 kilo of hot springs there is 100 milligrams or more released carbonic acid. Its effect is expanding blood vessels, helping to lower blood pressure. This is sometimes called the bubbly or soda spa. Sodium bicarbonate saline hot spring, this is alkaline hot spring that makes skin feel smooth while removing dirt and is also called the water of beautiful skin. Chloride onsen or chloride hot spring, this contains salt similar to the kinds found in seawater. It controls perspiration after bathing and retains heat in the body. It is also known as the fever water.
Water is our source of life. When you're hot, thirsty, we drink water. And yet how we take care of our water affects everything. This is semi-cold spring. This is the hot spring. As they mix, you can see between the two, nasagol ng color sa tubig. Pero, paglingkod ko dali, naisip ko cellophane ng bag, puro lang mga diapers. Asa gikan ko ito ng diapers? Natagagikan sa mga kahoy? Dili. Upstream, merong mga puyoan ng mga tao. So pag humana sila tigom, mga 30 ka diapers, ibutang sila sa ito ng silipin, atag sa iyang bana, parang ilabay sa basuran. At sa himo ng bana, agi daw sa sapa, ilabay lang silipin. So dali nakutob ng diapers. Pero kung tanan mo, gikan sa diapers, gikan sa chip bag, gikan sa tanan-tanan, kay diri sa kilid ko, na-eskwelahan pod. So kung gulang na eskwela itudlo sa mga estudyante, asa daw labay ng basura, sunod sila sa iyang mama-papa. Kung papa or mama nalabay basura inana, dito nalabay ang anak pod. Pero ito yung lugar na lingkod ko diri. If it was anywhere else in the world, example, kung naa kani sa Amerika, this would be Yellowstone National Park. Wala jud, gamay jud mga lugar, merong inani kanindot ng lugar, pero tanaw, ang treasure daw ipagsira tungod basura. Kaya daw limpyon kani, kaya jud. Siguro, gasto mga isa ka simana, kutob isa ka bulan. Ang community, ato diri, limpyuan. Unya, nindot kayo ng lugar. Agi jud mga turista diri, parang kita inyong nindot kayo ng treasures. Nindot kayo diri ng lugar. These hot springs are created gikan sa lalim jud ng yuta na yung mga cracks sa yuta. Pag sulod ng tubig na init dito, pag bukal, pag saka man diri, bringing all the minerals gikan sa lalom, isaka diri. Ito yung kita nimo steam tungod init kayo ng tubig diri. Diri, medyo kainit. Dito, paso jud ang kamot kung igunita. So grabe jud diri. Nindot kayo. I hope someday to be able to see this place perting kalimpyo, kuto mga international mga visitors o mga Filipino pwede pag-enjoy ito yung treasure of beauty. Tapat kani tinod, national treasure parang Pilipinas. Pero as is karon, sayang. Inyo ang choice.
Coming up next on Detour.
Look behind it. You have the whole ecosystem here. You have trees, you have the fresh breeze. In fact, it was really freezing cold here sleeping last night. And then you have this fresh water here, which they call it cold springs. Water comes down off the mountains and off of the freshwater springs. So it is really, really cold. And it's really relaxing.